Wilmot Reed Hastings Jr., born October 8, 1960, is an American businessman. He is the co-founder, chairman, and co-chief executive officer (CEO) of Netflix, and sits on a number of boards and nonprofit organizations. A former member of the California State Board of Education, Hastings is an advocate for education reform through charter schools. Hastings lives in Santa Cruz, California. He is married to Patricia and Quillen, and has 2 children. He appeared in a front-page article in USA Today in 1995, posing on his Porsche. He considers that immature now, and has said that if he ever appears on the front page of USA Today again, it will not be on the hood of a Porsche, but I would pose with a bunch of movies. Hastings sold his Porsche for a Toyota Avalon, but now drives a Tesla. In 2018, Hastings appeared in a podcast series by LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, Masters of Scale, and discussed the strategy adopted by Netflix to scale. In 2020, Hastings and his wife Patricia donated $30 million to Gavi to support COVAX COVID-19 vaccines initiative. In March 2022, Hastings donated $1 MLN to Razum, a Ukrainian nonprofit that procures emergency supplies and medical equipment such as disposable resuscitators to treat the wounded. Hastings' first job was at Adaptive Technology, where he created a tool for debugging software. He met Audrey McLean in 1990 when she was CEO at Adaptive Corp. In 2007, Hastings told CNN, "From her, I learned the value of focus. I learned it is better to do one product well than 2 products in a mediocre way." Hastings left Adaptive Technology in 1991 to lay the foundation to his first company, Pure Software, which produced products to troubleshoot software. The company's growth proved challenging for Hastings, as he lacked managerial experience. He stated he had trouble managing with a rapid headcount growth. His engineering background didn't prepare him for the challenges of being a CEO, and he asked his board to replace him, stating he was losing confidence. The board refused, and Hastings says he learned to be a businessman. Pure Software was taken public by Morgan Stanley in 1995. In 1996, Pure Software announced a merger with Atria Software. The merger integrated Pure Software's programs for detecting bugs in software with Atria's tools to manage development of complex software. The Wall Street Journal reported that there were problems integrating the sales forces of Pure Software and Atria after the head salesman for both Pure and Atria left following the merger. In 1997, the combined company, Pure Atria, was acquired by Rational Software, which triggered a 42% drop in both companies' stocks after the deal was announced. Hastings was appointed Chief Technical Officer of the combined companies, and left soon after the acquisition. After Pure Software, Hastings spent 2 years thinking about how to avoid similar problems at his next startup. In 1997, Hastings and former Pure Software employee Mark Randolph co-founded Netflix, offering flat-rate movie rental by mail to customers in the US by combining 2 emerging technologies, DVDs, which were much easier to send as mail than VHS cassettes, and a website to order them from, instead of a paper catalog. Headquartered in Los Gatos, California, Netflix has amassed a collection of 100,000 titles and more than 100 million subscribers. Hastings had the idea for Netflix after he left Pure Software. "I had a big late fee for Apollo 13. It was 6 weeks late, and I owed the video store $40. I had misplaced the cassette. It was all my fault. I didn't want to tell my wife about it. And I said to myself, I'm going to compromise the integrity of my marriage over a late fee. Later, on my way to the gym, I realized they had a much better business model. You could pay $30 or $40 a month, and work out as little or as much as you wanted." Hastings said that when he founded Netflix, he had no idea whether customers would use the service. As Netflix grew, the company was noticed for its innovative management practices, the results of the culture Hastings was exploring, called freedom and responsibility. Netflix reportedly offers mediocre employees large severance packages to ensure that employees are consistently working to further the company's innovative environment. Netflix has eliminated sick and vacation time for employees, and instead allows them to manage their time off individually. Hastings created an internal culture guide for Netflix by meeting with employees to discuss the company's culture and employees' theories about it. In August 2009, Hastings posted this internal culture guide publicly online, and it eventually became a pre-employment screening tool that dissuaded incompatible people from applying. In September 2020, Hastings and Aaron Meyer co-authored a book on Netflix's culture and management principles with interviews from current and former employees. No Rules Rules, Netflix and the Culture of Reinvention was a New York Times bestseller, featured on year-end lists for publications such as NPR and The Economist. It was shortlisted for the Financial Times and McKinsey Business Book of the Year award. Hastings is a proponent of internet television and sees it as the future. He credits YouTube for his shift in strategy for developing a video streaming service. Netflix launched a service in 2007 to stream movies and television shows to computers.